the Bills since way back in 1973. There's a look at Bills Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Washington football team. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And here comes Diggs. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Bills have taken the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From the shotgun, Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win.
Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Allen off the play fake. And finding Emmanuel Sanders here. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Moss. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second down and goal. Allen dancing to, and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
They go play action now. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Now Wilson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flush to his right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here's Matt Hawk now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here comes Carter. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. Thomas brings it in. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has made this a 1-score game. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on first down is Allen. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. DeAndre Carter returning it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Thomas has got it. Complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Logan Thomas experienced a breakout season last year at the age of 29. Converted from playing quarterback, he finished 3rd among tight ends with 72 catches, and it certainly looks like his future is awfully bright.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Curtis Samuel exhibited a lot of versatility for 4 years in Carolina. Now in his first year with Washington, expect this football team to try and put the ball in his hands a variety of ways.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. On third down, here's Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game.
Washington 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing now is Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To the air, Allen. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 23-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. To throw is Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
They go play action with Wilson. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On the ground, it's Singletary. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet,
but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing is Allen on third. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Wilson. And he'll complete this to Gibson. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wilson. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That was earning a 1st down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that 1st down by taking a big-time hit.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington now within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And he's in his 12th NFL season, and he's crafty, he's savvy, he's a guy who competes for the ball. 61 catches with New Orleans last year. Very happy to be in Buffalo. A big reason why, the young quarterback, Josh Allen.
On 1st down, Singletary. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. On 2nd and 9, Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. To throw, it's Allen. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
A handoff for Gibson. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Washington on 3rd down,
2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Once more, Gibson.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That one caught by Gibson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Play action. Now Wilson. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A give running right, Gibson.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come run.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And Washington has taken the lead. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
On the left side, he finds Beasley. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll flip this quickly out to Beasley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I like this young guy out of Ole Miss in his 3rd year with Buffalo. Prototypical size for a tight end, 6'4", 254. I thought 2020 would be a big year for him. I do think it will happen in 2020.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Chase Young.
Just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Being chased out left. And he finds Beasley complete.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked by Kendall Fuller. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Touchdown! Curtis Samuel. He scored on the ground and through the air. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing is Allen. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. 144 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Washington, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.